Good morning everybody. So today when we talk about mathematics, the first thing which comes to your mind is numbers. So numbers like 1, 2, 3, etc. In addition to the numbers, we make use of letters also. That is from A to Z. A, B, C and up to Z. All this also used. Okay. So mathematics not only involves numbers, we use letters also. So when you use the number and a letter together, suppose I write it as 2x. This 2x is called an algebraic expression. Right? Expression. Correct? So 2x is an algebraic expression. So 2x means 2 into x. The meaning is twice the value of x. 2x means twice the value of x. Here the letter x is called the variable and the number 2 is called as the coefficient. Okay, so the number which is written in front of the variable is called as the coefficient and the letter which is used is called as the variable. The variable means the value of this letter x will depend upon the question. It is not fixed. So because it's keep varying, we call it as a variable. Okay. So 2 into x or 2x is an algebraic expression. So 2x is a single term. It is called as one term. 2x is a single term. Understood? So 2x, if in addition to this, if I use 2x plus 3, then this is one term, this is the second term, so it has got two terms. Terms are differentiated with either a plus sign or a minus sign. I can write it as 7x minus 2. Here 7x is one term, minus 2 is the second term, so it's two terms, so it is also a two-term expression. We can have three terms. Say I can write as 3x square plus 5x plus 2. Okay. So this is the first term, this is the second term, this is the third term. It is an expression with three terms. Okay. So expression with three terms. So an algebraic expression, if it is written as only 2x, that is a number and variable, only this much is written. It is called as a single term and it is a one-termed expression. If it has got two terms, it is differentiated with a plus sign or a minus sign between them. If you put multiplication sign, it becomes a single term. If it is having three terms, then we call it as an expression with three terms. These all are algebraic expressions. It's a first term, two terms, three terms. Okay, so algebraic expressions can be of these three types. So we have seen that 2x is an algebraic expression. When you say algebraic expression, here the letter I have used is only one letter, that is x, which is the variable. So this is an algebraic expression in one variable. So we do have expressions with more than one letter. Suppose I write 5x plus 3y. Here I am using the variable x, I have also used the variable y. It is an expression in two variables. It is an algebraic expression in two variables. Okay. We can also use three letters. So 2x plus 3y plus 4z. Here the variables are three variables. It's an algebraic expression in three variables. So it's not confined to only one variable. You can use two variables, three variables also, but they all are algebraic expressions. Now when we come to a polynomial, an algebraic expression, if it is expressed only in one variable with a particular order, then we call it as a polynomial. Let me give you an example. So we have seen that algebraic expression can be having one term, it can have two terms, it can have three terms, and so. So since we know a large number of numbers, so it can have any number of numbers. So an expression which is having only one term, say it is 5x, it's having only one term, such an expression we call it as a monomial. Monomial. If the expression is having two terms, 5x plus 3, it is having two terms, it is called as a binomial. If the same expression is having three terms now, say 3x square plus 2y plus z, then it is having three terms, it is called as a trinomial. So monomial, binomial, trinomial, they do not have the same variables. It can have different variables. It's now said, okay. So x, y, z, I have used three variables, okay. But this is the first term, this is the second term, this is the third term. So it is called as a trinomial. So an expression which is having only one term, we call it as a monomial. Mono means one, nomial means terms. Okay, mono is one, nomial means term, monomial. Bi means two, nomial means term. Bi means two, nomial means term. So two terms. Tri means three, nomial means term. So trinomial. So as you know 1, 2, 3, 4. You can keep on naming. So we find it is simply why name all the things. Ensure one. Monomial, binomial, trinomial. Then after they said that anything more than three terms, let us call it as a polynomial. Poly means many. Poly means many. And nomial means term. So an expression which is having many terms, say unlimited terms, then we call it as a polynomial. So polynomial is also an algebraic expression with many or unlimited number of terms, n number of terms which we call it. So if you have to define what is a polynomial, if x is a variable, if x is a variable, n is a positive integer, a1, a2, an up to an all are constants. That means they have fixed values. Then an x raised to n plus an minus 1 x raised to n minus 1 plus an minus 2 x raised to n minus 2 etc. up to a1 x raised to 1 and plus a0 a1 a0. So this expression is called as a polynomial. It is having n number of terms. N is an unlimited value of number. So it can have any number of terms. So we use only a one variable, and such an expression is called as a polynomial. An algebraic expression with more than three terms is called as a polynomial. Okay, but here the condition is the polynomial will be in only one variable, will not have multiple variables here. So that's why I have written if x is a variable, n is a positive integer, a1, a2, a3 up to an are all constants or real numbers, then we call a1 an x raised to n plus an minus 1 x raised to n minus 1 plus an minus 2 x raised to n minus 2 etc. up to a1 x plus an a0 is called as a polynomial. Am I clear so far? Now let us see what are the conditions which are required for an expression to be termed as a polynomial. Okay, so for an expression to be a polynomial, first condition is the power of the variable must be a whole number. Power of the variable must be a whole number. Second, power should not be negative. power should not be negative. Third condition is power should not be a fraction. These three things. Power should be a whole number. What is a whole number? It starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It can be from 0 to any infinite number. It is to be the whole number only. You should not take an integer, negative values. X raised to, so suppose I say x raised to minus 5. X raised to minus 5, this is a negative power. Therefore, it is not an algebraic expression. Or you cannot say it is a polynomial. X raised to, or 1 upon x. When I write 1 upon x, it means that x raised to minus 1. So here again the power will be negative. It is not a polynomial. Now power should not be a fraction. What is a fraction? Suppose I write x raised to 2 by 3. Power is a fraction. It cannot be a polynomial. Suppose I write square root of x. When I write square root of x means x raised to 1 by 2. So power has become fraction. So it is not a polynomial. So power should not be a fraction, should not be a negative number. It should be only a whole number. Power can be x raised to 0. Yes, it's a polynomial. It can be x raised to 5. It is a polynomial because the power is a whole number. If it is 0 also, it's a whole number because whole number starts from 0. So it is a whole number. Therefore, x raised to 0 is a polynomial. Then x raised to 5 is also a polynomial. You can write any number. So, or you can use a different letter, y raised to 3. It's a variable and it's having power. So power of the variable should be positive and a whole number. Only then we call it as a polynomial. So this is the conditions where you, so if they ask you, find if the given expression is a polynomial or not, you will have to keep in mind these conditions and then decide whether it is a polynomial or not. So before we proceed further, just let us try to have a few examples so that you will get a clear idea of whether and you will be able to decide whether it's a polynomial or not. Examples. Now what we have said, just recapitulate it. Let us see. So which of the following are polynomials in one variable, two variables and three variables? Let's classify them. So I have just given a few examples here. Let us try to classify it. Okay. So along with me, try to understand it how it is, because I cannot get your answers. So see here. Here the letter used is only x. Here also I am using x. Here also I have used x. So it is only one variable used. So it is an expression in one variable. Okay. You need to see which is the letter used. That is the important thing which will decide what type of variable. Here I have used x, I have used y also. It is an expression or algebraic polynomial in two variables. It's two variables. Here I have used also 2 here. So 2 variables. Here also I have used 2 variables. And here I have used only one letter x, so it's an expression polynomial in one variable. So what I want to tell you is, you just see which letters are used. If the same letter is used, it is the expression in that particular variable only. If more than one letter is used, then there are 2 variables or 3 variables, so depending upon. So this is how you need to just look at. So usually, since they have introduced multiple MCQs, so they'll tell you just they'll write this expression is an expression in dash. 1 variable, 2 variable, 3 variable. Choose the answer. So now, since they are almost giving you 20 marks on this MCQ, so this is one of the things. Now let us find out using this expression. I asked you another thing. What is the coefficient? Okay. Now let us see. What I said to you, coefficient is the number in front of the variable. Now let me take the first example A. Example is 3x square plus 6x plus 3. 3x square plus 6x plus 3. Now I ask you, write the coefficient of x square. Coefficient of x square. Coefficient of x square means the number in front of x square is the coefficient of x square. So x square is here, the number in front of x is 3. So coefficient of x square is 3. If I write coefficient of x, the coefficient of x means the number in front of the letter x is 6. Coefficient is 6. Okay, and here the number 3 is a constant. It's a fixed value, it does not change. So coefficient is not, so you should know what is the coefficient. You should know how to identify whether it's a polynomial in one variable or two variables, and you must be able to identify. The three things we have considered. To decide whether the given expression is a polynomial, then what else, whether it's a polynomial in one variable or two variables or three variables and so on. And the coefficient is the number in front of the expression or the variable. So coefficient of x square is the number in front of x square. Coefficient of x is the number in front of x. So the coefficient will depend upon, so it's not a coefficient is the number in front of the expression which they have asked you. Okay. So when you say coefficient, so suppose I write 7y. Coefficient of y is 7. Coefficient. Okay. So coefficient is nothing but the number in front of the variable. Keep that in mind. Okay. You can just write down if you want to. Coefficient is the number in front of the expression asked. Yeah. So this is what we call the expressions in two variables, polynomials, then coefficient. Okay. Now let us see what is the standard form of a polynomial. Standard form of the polynomial is the polynomial is to be arranged in such a way that the power of the variable is in decreasing order. Okay. So suppose I write 4x raised to 5 plus 3x raised to 4 plus 2x3 plus x square plus x plus 1. Now here you see the power of the variable is in decreasing order. This is called the standard form of a polynomial. It should always be, suppose it is written in a random way. Suppose I write x plus 5x square plus 3x raised to 9 plus 2x 4 plus 5. Now here the order of the power of the variables are not in a decreasing order, randomly written, and they will ask you to write the standard form of this polynomial. So highest power is 9, so this should be written first. So let us write as 3x raised to 9. Next highest power is 4 plus 2x raised to 4. This is written. Then next power, highest power is 2 plus 5x square. Then after 5, this is the next one, that is plus x, and lastly the number. This is called the standard form of the polynomial. It should always be written in decreasing order of the power. It has nothing to do with the number in front of the variable. The coefficient can be anything. It has nothing to do with the coefficient. Only you have to look at the power of the variable. The power of the variable should be in decreasing order. And lastly, it should end with a number, that is called a constant. So this is called the standard form of a polynomial. So in general, if you write it as, it will be a n x raised to n plus a n minus 1 x raised to n minus 1 plus, it goes like this, and lastly you will get a 0, lastly a number, pure number only. This is the standard form of a polynomial. Usually they will ask you, they will write an expression in this random way, and they will tell you to arrange it in a to give the standard form of this expression. This is the standard form of this expression. Okay. So you need to practice on this. So I'll just write a few. You do it as a practice work. I will just try this and then I will proceed further. So 2x raised to 3 plus 4x raised to 5 plus 6 plus 4x raised to 4. Second one, x raised to 5 plus x raised to 2 plus 3x plus x raised to 4 plus 7. C. 9x raised to 4 plus 7x plus 8x square plus 3. So if any number, any power is not there, you simply see here 4 is there, then 2 is there, 1 and 3. The power 3 is not there. So the power, you just need to arrange in decreasing order. You need not see that all the powers must be there. Yeah. So here, so what you see is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. It is in all the powers are there. In this question which I have given you, here in this one, x raised to 3 is not there. Here also x raised to 3 is not there. So here x square is not there. So what happens is, only you have to look at the power and arrange them in the decreasing order of the power. You need not, if some term is not there or is missing, don't have to bother. Just leave that and write whatever is there. Here 1, 2, 3, 4 expressions are, 4 terms are there. Write only those 4 terms in the decreasing order of power. That is the standard form of the polynomial. Okay? So when you say of standard form, it should be in decreasing order of the power. That is the standard form of the power. Now, next concept is, I will just tell you, the degree of the polynomial. Degree of the polynomial is nothing but the highest power of the variable in the polynomial. Degree of the polynomial is the highest power of the variable in the polynomial. So if you see this expression, the highest power is 9, so degree is 9. Highest power of the variable in the expression is 9, therefore degree is 9. See this expression. Highest power is 5, degree is 5. Say this one. Highest power is 5, degree is 5. This is also power. Here highest power is 4, degree is 4. So degree is nothing but the highest power of the variable in the polynomial. So if I write the definition, degree is the highest power of the variable in the polynomial. Okay, so this is the definition. Degree of a polynomial is called as a degree is the highest power of the variable in the polynomial. So they will give you a few things like this 1, 2, 3 and tell you write the degree of a polynomial. So you will see what is the highest power and just write it. You have nothing to do much. So these all are MCQ questions. These are the fundas of the polynomial. These basic things you should know. Yeah. So this is the degree of the polynomial and the standard form of the polynomial. This is the standard form of the polynomial in decreasing order of the powers. When the polynomial is written in decreasing order of the power, we say it is in the standard form. If it is not in decreasing order, it is not a standard form. It is just a polynomial. So you need to arrange it. Yeah, that's it. Stop. So whatever we have learned so far, we need to check whether we have understood the thing. So for that, I just put a few questions here so that we recap what we have done, so that we are able to remember what we have. Now see which of the following are polynomials. Now first recall what is, how can you decide it's the polynomial or not. Just to brief you again, recap. The polynomial power of the variable should be a whole number. It should not be a fraction. It should not be a negative number. So now let us see. this is the first polynomial. So the power is a whole number, so it is a polynomial. See this b, y square plus root 2. So y is power of variable is a whole number, it is a polynomial. Here y plus 2 upon y is in the denominator. When it comes to the numerator, it will become y raised to minus 1. The power will become negative, so this is not a polynomial. Now see this. I have used letters x, y and t. 3 letters have been used. There are 3 different variables. But the power of all the 3 variables are whole numbers. Therefore, it is a polynomial. It's a polynomial in 3 variables. Now here see this. T square plus 5 root t. T is inside the root sign. So the power of this variable is 1 by square root of 2 means 1 by 2. Therefore its power is fraction. It is not a polynomial. So I think now you got an idea as to decide. So this will be the type of MCQs you can get. Now let us see. Write the coefficient of x square. A few polynomials are written. Now write the coefficient of x square. Coefficient of x square is the number in front of x square only. In front of x we are not bothered. Okay. So now if you see this coefficient of x square, the number in front of the variable x square. There is no number written here. There is no number written here means coefficient is 1. When a number without any number, it means it one is to be taken, but it is not necessary to write 1. We simply write it as x square. So the coefficient of this variable is 1. Now coefficient of x square for this particular expression, in front of x square, what is that? Pi by 2. So this is the coefficient of x square, pi by 2. Coefficient of x square in this. There is no x square term at all in this. Where is the question of coefficient? So since there is no term with x square, we say coefficient of x square in this expression is 0. So 0 into x square is 0, so that term will not exist at all. Understood? So if that x square is not there, then how to decide whether it's what is the coefficient? So it has no coefficient of x square. It means your right coefficient of x square is 0. Now see this. Here the coefficient of x square is minus x square. That means, as I said in this case, it is if there is no number in front of now variable, then you should take it as 1. But it's in addition to 1, it has got some minus sign also. So coefficient of this is minus 1. Coefficient of x square in this particular polynomial is minus 1. So that's all you need to decide. So I think I have taken all types of possible examples so that you can get an idea how to decide upon it. Now coming to write the degree of the polynomial. Degree of the polynomial, as we have said, is the highest power of the variable in the polynomial. Highest power of the variable in the polynomial. Now you see this expression. Here highest power is 3, therefore degree is 3. Here highest power variable is y, highest power is 2, so degree is 2. Here the 5t minus root 7. The variable is t. It has nothing written on the top. That means you should take it as 1. So degree is 1. Here this is a pure number. It has no variable. So you can assume this as 3x raised to 0. Because you know by exponential law, any number raised to 0 is 1. So 3 into 1 will be 3. So a constant number is degree is 0. Okay. Any fixed number. Suppose I write any number. What is the degree of 15? The degree of 15 is 0. Clear? So the degree is the highest power of the variable. If there is a number only, pure number, then you will have to write it as the degree is 0. That is a special case of it. Every constant number, its degree will be 0. Now let us see. Now we have learned at the beginning it's about some monomial, binomial and trinomial. So let us try to classify them. Monomial means having only one term, binomial having 2 terms, trinomial having 3 terms. So if you see this is one term, this is second term, it is having two terms, it's a binomial. This is also a binomial. This is having three terms, it's a trinomial. This is also having three terms, it's a trinomial. So I just want you to take a screenshot of this and just keep it with you so that you try to do it on your own. I have discussed the answers just now. Now you have a clear idea what it is, how it is to be solved. And now you will just, because these all are 1 mark questions, you need not write anything. Let's just write it whether it's a monomial, binomial, or what is the coefficient, or whether it's a polynomial or not a polynomial. Is it clear? So whatever we have learned so far, at the end of the thing, I have given you an exercise to practice it on your own, so that tomorrow when we go to the next topic, this concept, if it is there, you will be able to understand the next topic much easier. Okay? Thank you. That's enough.